I highly recommend, if you haven't done so already, you consider going into the event pass and picking up the premium event pass. Now, I don't usually recommend this. Past couple patches, I haven't picked up myself this pass. But I think you guys are going to want to get it. Why? Because of this dude right here, Shichi Ito. Now, I've got a video on my YouTube channel about why commanders are more important than ships, and Shichi Ito is an example of this, okay? It costs 2,000 doubloons to move from, to pick up that premium line. Now, what do you get for that? You get Ito. Ito is just like the Suzuki brothers, okay? Now, the Suzuki brothers have a buffed survivability expert. This is fantastic for any Japanese destroyer captain. So, if you're like me and you keep resetting the Harugumo line, I've got Yamamoto on Kitakaze. I've got one of the Suzukis on Akizuki. And I don't know. Oh, he's on Shimakaze. Fine. But now Ito gives me the flexibility of putting him on another ship. So I can put him on, say, Shiratsuyu at tier 7, for example. So now when I reset the line, I've got the buffed survivability expert at tier 7, tier 8, and then I've got Yamamoto at tier 9. And if I wanted to, honestly, I probably would. I would take the Suzuki brother, the one that's on Shimakaze, I put him on the tier 6 Hatsuharu. So now, every ship that I plan to play, when I keep resetting that silly Harugumo line, I get the buff survivability expert on. Now, on top of that, keep in mind that you can also put this guy on premium. This is cruisers, but destroyers. You can put this guy on premium Japanese cruisers, and you get the buff survivability expert. Same thing with the Suzuki brothers, okay? One of them is coal, and one of them is for doubloons. Less doubloons, to be honest. For 500 doubloons, you get a whole bunch of other stuff in the paid event pass, which is worth it in my opinion. Plus, you can pick up the Suzukis at any time in the armory. They just hang out there. So Ido is different. Ido is for this event pass only, okay? Now, battleships, he gets a buffed emergency repair specialist. This doesn't matter, okay? For submarines, no buff. Doesn't matter. But for aircraft carriers, the buffed survivability expert is huge. For Shinano, especially. It's also quite nice for Kaga, okay? So you use it for the premium Japanese carriers. All right? That's where Ido shines as well. So I highly recommend you pick up that paid event pass. It's one of the few times, like I said, that I recommend this. If you've got the doubloons laying around, get it. Okay, you'll get Ido for it automatically, and then you'll also pick up all of this other stuff and things. Like, for example, you'll get, what is this, the Yahagi, right? Come on. Yeah, you get the Yahagi, a tier 5 premium Japanese cruiser. It's a garbage ship, but who cares? It's there. And if you're one of those people that spends every year on Santa's mega containers, that's one less ship that can show up in the mega container. So when you roll a ship, it doesn't choose a Yahagi. It chooses maybe a rare ship that you want, like Musashi, right? And then you get a bunch of blues, boosters, you get some coal, you get some steel, and then you get a permanent camo for the Essex, it's a sexy camo. Okay, it's a sexy camo. So that's what you get for 500 additional doubloons. Exactly, Random Pie Guy. It's kind of nice. You get a lot of stuff for that 500 doubloons. So I highly recommend you consider, at the very least, consider picking this up, okay? If you don't want to, it's your choice. But it's really good value for the money. Final Voyage Yamato, I could care less about. But, you know, there's that. That's how you got Musashi and Enterprise. There you go. You're free to play, so it's a bit expensive for just a commander you can get with coal. Yes, so Random, for you, the big thing is you buy the coal commander automatically right away. No questions asked. Grab him right away. Then, I'd recommend, if you've got the doubloons, pick Ido up. Because Ido, you don't know if there's going to be another sale for him later. That's the key. That's the key, okay? So you grab Ido because you can get him. And then you save that 1,500 doubloons for a Suzuki for later on down the line. And remember, if you don't have a lot of doubloons, Ranked is a great place to get those doubloons, okay? Go to Ranked. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing my speed run, right? Go to Rewards. You get 200 doubloons, and then another 200. So it's 400 doubloons every 2 weeks. That adds up pretty damn fast, pretty fast. And then you get a bonus of doubloons if you rank out of bronze, go to silver. And then you also get more doubloons in silver. Again, another 400 doubloons every 2 weeks. And if you rank into gold, you get even more doubloons. So if you don't have a lot of doubloons, this is a great way to get your doubloons so that you can pay for your event pass. All right. So honestly, if I didn't have a ton of doubloons and I was a newer player in this game, I'd probably spend the doubloons on the pass. Okay. So I just want to put that PSA out there for all of you guys to understand that that's available to